Cool, so we're here for the Metal Hobbit Speaks, speaking to Alex once again, and Elina from Leaves Eyes. Cool, so let's hit straight into it, guys. Obviously, you probably had a busy day ahead of you, or busy day you just had, filming and all the rest of the fun stuff. So, probably boring bit of backstory. How did you find Elina?
Very.
So, how did you discover Elina?
Well, we were just super lucky. We played once in London, and Elina and her band Angel Nation was playing in the O2 Academy, right?
Yes. Yes.
And together with us, and also the Dames of Darkness Festival, I remember we were also playing together. And when we had a change in the band, there was no time, no space. We were just lucky. Wow, there was someone we saw which could be like the person, like a unique singer we can work with. And well, here we are, almost 2 years later, and touring around the globe and having a brand new album, Sign of the Dragonhead.
Cool. I was going to mention on that past. After listening to the album, like I can really hear like a lot of like the operatic style that you have. What are some of your vocal inspirations in terms of like how you would sing? Obviously, you've done classical singing in the past. So, what would you say are some of your vocal inspirations?
Well, yeah, I mean, I have a degree in classical singing, so that's basically my training. And it's not that I can really change my voice to something completely different. It depends on the song, it depends on the pitch, a lot of things, that how I use my voice. And for these songs, I felt like stylistically I was trying to use the voice in a way that would be also heard through all those layers of guitars, drums, choirs, everything. So yeah, it can be a bit challenging sometimes with that. Sorry, I forgot already what the other question was.
So like vocal inspirations.
Oh, yeah. Well, when I was a kid, I used to love an opera singer called Placido Domingo. So he's one of my, I used to watch the operas over and over again. I loved him. And one inspiration definitely always is Freddie Mercury from Queen. But obviously these are male singers, so not like in terms of me trying to imitate them, but as a singers, I really admire him. But there's loads of good singers, so yeah, you get inspiration from everywhere.
Yeah. On that past question about the vocals, my girlfriend was listening to Silent Dragonhead. She was like, "It sounds like that old singer from Nightwish. Who that is?" Like, and she thought you were Tarja Turunen.
I've had that referenced to me a few times. People have said that my voice reminds me of Tarja's voice.
It's really powerful.
And yeah, I mean, it's a compliment. Tarja is a great singer. I don't personally think that our voices are completely the same, but in some ways I can see the similarity, like some of the range and some of the ways, yeah. And of course, we're both from Finland, so maybe there could be something in the diction as well.
In the water, yeah. Cool. So 2016 saw Fires in the North EP. How was like the fan reaction to the sort of change in vocal styles, and how was just like the general kind of reaction to it?
Yeah, as we are like basically doing what we always are doing, and we kept like the whole idea of Leaves Eyes. The fans were actually celebrating the EP because it was sold out twice in very short time. So it was also demanded by the fans as we were playing these tours. People were asking for official release. Wow, and you have a great singer. Can we buy a record? Or we were not ready for a new record. So we thought, okay, we do a brand new song, Fires in the North, and we do some songs we play live together with Elina. And we brought out the EP, and we are very satisfied, and the fans were embracing Elina every night, like going out to the fans and saying hello, and it was working very, very well on all the shows. If we were playing in Europe or in the States or Canada, where we had some tours going. Last tour with Sabaton was just amazing. Or like the first show in Indonesia, like in front of 21,000 people. That was like really great. And the feedbacks as far as the fans were speaking to us on the shows were amazing.
Cool. So how did you find the US tour with Sabaton? Was it like, jumping in the deep end kind of thing, or was you kind of just used to it and went through fine?
Well, actually, the first tour was the Sonata with Sonata Arctica, so that was like the it's jumping into the deep end a little bit for
7
me.
weeks.
Yeah, it was quite tough, but it's been also a great experience, of course. Both tours, I mean, they were tough, but also great. I mean, you meet so many new people and great musicians also, and yeah, it's great.
Cool. So Son of the Dragonhead, listening to it, great album, fantastic vocals from yourself.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alex obviously always being as beautiful as ever. So like within like obviously the themes being like Nordic and Viking mythology and history, on this occasion, who sort of writes all the lyrics and who writes the music for it?
Yeah, I mean, we have like a teamwork, like Tosso and me, like let's say the skeleton of the band, and it's like the same. And the lyrical concept and vocal ideas and stuff, I was also involved in the past, or we were exchanging all the time ideas with each other in the band, and like it's a band, so several people working together. And that was very important also for the music and the lyrical ideas in Leaf's Eyes, that we have something like a picture in mind when we start to write music. Like you mentioned Norse mythology, you have like a certain idea, or landscapes, and like you have like sagas in front of you, and this is inspiring, to write music like this. And you have a kind of source and for the inspiration of working, and so that is something we will continue, and which is there, and since we started, and that's basically something also I'm personally very much interested, as I'm also very much connected to the Viking reenactment scene.
Yeah, Jonsberg.
Exactly,
Yeah.
also, but also train with my friends of Vejaborg, which is a group close by from my home, and I'm a member of honor for Jomsborg, and it was also very special, of course, to write a song about the Jomsborg saga, which is first of all, of course, connected to the saga itself, and it's an amazing story, by the way. And it's actually in the area of the Baltic Sea where my father's family comes from. And that was something really special to write about that, of course. And it's also homage to the modern Viking scene. And we have a lot of support from a lot of groups out there. Also from the Jomsborg group, of course. They're joining us also in American tours, like in Canada or in the US, in Texas. And a lot of people are not really aware of that. It's like a worldwide scene. You have members in New Zealand, you have people in Chile, in the UK, where it actually started with the Jomsborg group, and they are great people, and all over Europe. Yeah. So, and they meet at the festivals and the events in Germany, Poland, Scandinavia, all around Europe, and like in the summertime. And that's pretty hard for me, to be honest, because we play also these festivals and tours. And then, well, I would love to go everywhere, but sometimes, you play in the band, it's not possible.
Cool. So specifically, where did you gain inspiration and research for the album? Obviously, you said like Jonsberg from the Viking sagas, but in particular, say like looking at Son of Dragonhead, where was that kind of song? Where did that come from?
That's a very good question, because Sign of the Dragonhead actually starts where King of Kings was ending. Like, Harald I, like Harald Verha was uniting Norway, and we wanted to continue, not like with a full concept album, but like starting with an song connected directly with the last album, and also some songs are connected and have kind of seafarer romantic side of lyrics, like when the Norsemen go on their ships and go out for conquering new territories, exploring new landscapes and stuff where they have not been before, or discovering, like they did, like with the Oakleys in the Shetlands, and later on until America, like Vinland, and it's all connected somehow with their internal affairs. People were banned out, so they had to leave their home country. Or they were hunted, like in the case of Harald, it's both happen, or they go themselves and go out for raids and plunder, and not only, but also for trading, And so it's a bright field, because they have been basically not everywhere, but around the globe until Russia and so forth. So you have to see, as a musician, we also want to go out and set sails for new horizons. And so it fits very well with that song, and the cover artwork suits both the lyrical side and the band itself.
Cool. So a question for both of you: how was it filming? How was it recording with the London choir that did Lord of the Rings, Star Wars?
Well, you have been also there.
It was good. I mean, it's very scheduled. Everything has to be very well planned, and they basically just get the notes and they nail it, and that's it. So it's very kind of.
Whereabouts was that recorded?
It's the Angel Studios.
Oh, Angel Studios.
Yeah.
And it was also very nice, because it was now the second time we worked together with them. It's the first cooperation with that's a choir ensemble with a heavy metal band. They work with, I don't know, Pink Floyd or Queen and Paul McCartney and these big movies, and also with the games, computer games and stuff like that, when they need epic choirs. So first class address is London Voices, and now it's a big honor for us also to work with these people, and it was very nice to meet the people again in the studio, like, first time maybe, you meet, and then you see, how's it going, and then it was working out so great last time. So big welcome with Terry Edwards and Barry and the whole ensemble. They even have a German singer, Tobias, and he is from our area in Stuttgart. So he actually knows back in the day from the times he was living still in Germany. He lives now like 15 years in London or even longer. He remembered Atrocity. So he came in and spoke German and called me Krull. It's something people back in the day called me in our area. And Terry Edwards, the director of the choir, was like, and the choir master was like, "Oh, you know each other?" Cool things happen in the studio.
Yeah, strange people you meet. Cool. So, a question you're probably going to get a lot, or probably have had. What are the touring plans after the release of Son of the Dragonhead for next year?
What we know so far is obviously the release shows in January, so 3 shows, and then there most probably will be a tour around mid-April to May. And then, of course, for summer, we see what happens, and for the rest of the year, it's always in a planning mode.
Yes,
So
because obviously you've got Atrocity to finish off.
Yeah, that's true. But that should not be affecting the live situation. But the thing is, like, you get offers, you have to speak, and you have to schedule, and there are very good ideas, but in the moment, there's nothing set in stone, like you say.
So, quick question, I didn't write down, but how was it going did you go to Master Sound Studio to record, or did you record here and then send over the files?
No, I went to the studio, and because yeah, it doesn't really work so well when we had to still work a lot on the vocal melodies and lyrics as well. He was still writing some of them, so I was there. We would record and then have quite a relaxed schedule. So I would have time. There was no pressure. A couple of weeks. So
It was awesome.
it was good.
Because we had also like a pre-production to see how it would work out with the vocal line ideas we had in mind, and then Elina had some ideas and playing with the piano, like with second voices and other ideas and stuff. So that was really good, and also the way we worked together was not only working live on stage, like now all the shows we played. It functioned very well in the studio. I have really to say I work a lot with other musicians as well, and it was really a pleasure to work with Elina. It was great. I mean, we knew it already from Fires in the North, but then a full album is it's a bigger thing. And I think what the experience was also good to have with the EP, and we knew better what would fit and suit. And actually, I have to say it, we were on tour, we grabbed the energy, going back to the studio, and we felt like, wow, now we have to record this on the next record. That was also great to have this unity feeling or something like that. Everybody was like that. Now it's time to go back. We have to have a new album, and it has to come out, and then we want to go and play again.
Cool. So last question. I know obviously, Alex, you like your soccer and or football, should I say? We're not American. Football and the reenactment scene. So what kind of things do you enjoy doing outside of the music world?
Well, watching, what can I say that doesn't make me sound boring?
Apart from plane watching Heathrow Airport.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, because, well, I try and keep active, obviously, with sports, and of course I work as well, so I don't really have so much time to have a million hobbies because of 2 bands and a job. But yeah, I mean, horse riding, what I got to do on the video, I love to do that if I have time sometimes.
It was like a deal. I want to ride a horse in the video.
Yeah, I said it as a joke, and then like, oh, there you go. I'm like, okay.
There's a horse there.
Yeah. But we said in exchange you have to swing your eggs as well.
Yeah, normal stuff, So I'm trying, obviously, see my friends when I have time, and watch something on TV or read, and of course write music. I try and write when I have time. So.
Cool. Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, that's why I was.